Hello Virgo, welcome to our Timeless Sunset Tarot. So I'd like to invite you to a short tarot reading at the end of the day. Remember that this is a general reading, so just take what resonates with you. It is also a timeless reading, so anytime you find yourself watching this video, that's the right time for you. Now, we are using right now the Tarot of the Abyss by Tourian. Now, we will start by trying to see what is the main energy. Our main energy for today is the world. Okay. It's very interesting. First, we try to describe the card, and maybe we'll try to read a little bit something from the handbook that accompanies it. Okay. So here in the world, we see a snake that is coiled into a symbol of the eternity, which can symbolize the divine. Okay. And at the same time, it symbolizes eternity. Okay. Perfection, maybe in a certain sense. As you can see, the snake is biting its tail, which makes it complete. It's like what comes to my mind right now is he swallows his past. It's like he's accepting his past as part of him. He no longer spits it out. You know how it is. Sometimes we tend to deny our past experiences because they are painful. And so here, when we look at the world, you come to a point where you learn to be reconciled with your past, especially the painful pasts, those shadow parts of our life, those parts that we are still ashamed of to recognize as part of us. So for me, the world is that completion. The world is usually the completion of a chapter. I feel that the completion is the attainment of wholeness as a person. When you are no longer separated from certain aspects of your life, especially those that we are ashamed to accept, that shadow part, maybe that wounded part of us. It's like the snake eating its tail. It's like being reconciled with our past experiences. And somehow I feel it's like this person peering through the portal of the past, looking back into the past, and finding healing in their inner child. The inner child is the one that is related in our past. It is the one that started growing, and as it was growing, it experienced certain events in their life. Some of the events are happy, some of the events taught them lessons, some of the events maybe at this time we can still not reconcile with. So somehow I feel right now the main energy is we are being given by the universe an opportunity to be reconciled with our inner child, to be reconciled with our past, especially those past aspects of our person that needs healing and needs to be accepted by us as part of who we truly are. So somehow the snake swallowing itself is the person learning to accept themselves in all aspects of their person, both the good and the bad. Now we will try to supplement this card, this main energy, by a reading from the handbook that accompanies this card. So we check it here. Number 21, the world. Okay, here. We'll read from the handbook that accompanies it. It says here, this is the last card of the major arcana, where we find the Filius Philosophorum, the alchemical child, or child of wisdom. He has been formed under the careful, watchful, all-seeing eye of life. So this has been sort of being guarded and watched by that eye of life, which I feel symbolizes also the universe. Let's continue. He has been formed under the careful, watchful, all seeing eye of life, infinite in creative potential. The karmic events that have taken place all lead up to this moment of fulfillment and dynamic balance. The child of wisdom rests safely and securely within the womb of infinity, which is symbolized by this sign. His creative forces boundless and unlimited. He has retained the ideal state of being, having been raised lovingly in the vessel of creation. His potential realized. So I feel this is a symbolism of a person who has finally realized how much they are treasured by the spirit and by the universe, that they are a special gift of the divine to the whole of the created realm. Okay. And yeah, because he is a gift, there's a certain potential positive effect that they can give to the whole of the universe. Now, when you attain this card, it's somehow that you have finally attained that potential. You have finally attained what you are meant to accomplish. Somehow you have attained a certain wholeness and you are now ready to perform the special mission you are meant to accomplish. So for some of you, if you right now, Virgo, at this present time, somehow you have attained a certain level of maturity that can finally allow you to perform that special mission you are meant to accomplish. Let's continue. The World card is the final stage of the major arcana. Each of the cards that have preceded it represents a step into our spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical evolution. We are all creators of our reality. If the World card should appear in your spread, all your energy and efforts, your dreams and passions that you have worked so hard for will be rewarded. So every efforts that you have exerted into learning things, into being what you are now, they will be accomplished already. So your dreams and aspirations, what you have sown through the journey will now be reaped. Take time to enjoy your newfound success, for as with all things, this ending shall soon reveal a new beginning. So a new chapter. As this chapter closes, wherein you have attained already what you need to prepare yourself to do that special mission you are meant to accomplish in this lifetime, a new chapter opens now. It's time for you to apply the gifts that you have attained from the Spirit and from the universe. Now let us try to supplement the main energy with several cards. We have here the Knight of Pentacles. We have here the Queen of Pentacles. All are pentacles. And we have here the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, let's try to understand this a little bit more. First, we try to see how the card speaks to us. What I see here is a person who's just finished his day. He has worked in the field and he is bringing his horse maybe to feed the horse and to allow the horse to rest. No. It can be also somebody who has just returned from a journey. So you try to see, well, if it's at the end of the day, it resonates with our sunset tarot that today is the end of the day and you are just wrapping up everything that you have accomplished for the day. You have worked hard and now it's time for you to take some rest. And also for those of you for those who have accompanied you, it's time for you to nurture them also. So for those people who have journeyed with you throughout the day, or throughout this chapter that has just closed, it's also time for us to say thank you for them and to nurture them also. The horse can symbolize really the tools that we used and we need to take care of them. It can also symbolize those people who have journeyed with us and have us and accompanied us in order that we could successfully accomplish what we have set out to do. So we will try to read a little bit more about the Knight of Pentacles from the handbook that accompanies it. So maybe we can gain more insights with regards to the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, it says here, the Key of Pentacles has now been passed to the Knight of Pentacles, who will embark on the second phase of the journey. Okay, so a second phase is about to begin. So he is about to go on a journey. Instead of ending the journey, he's actually beginning a new one. Well, at the end of the day also, it's like a preparation for the next journey that will follow the next day. So this is not just working in the field. It can symbolize a person who is about to begin a journey or has finished a journey for the day, is going to take a rest, and is going to begin a new chapter. Now, when we look at this card, it's as if you have just finished a chapter. So it can be a person who has just finished a certain journey or have just finished working in the field and is preparing for the day to come. So in a certain sense, this anticipates a new chapter that is about to open. So his role is to guard the key zealously. This person has received a key. I don't know if you can see the key here. Yes, it is. The key is here. It's hung on his neck. Okay. So when you look at it, there is a key that is hung on the neck of the Knight of Pentacles. Now, it says here, the Key of the Pentacles has now been passed to the Knight of Pentacles, who will embark on the second phase of journey. His role is to guard the key zealously in his quest to convey it to his queen. So he's about to bring it to the queen. So the chapter has been closed. The key has been given to the knight. Curiously, he has a magnificent horse, yet he chooses to walk on foot. This indicates his slow, plodding, dutiful nature. So this shows meticulosity, certain determination. You are not in a hurry. You are taking your own sweet time, and you try to consider the many details as you go and accomplish your new endeavor. The Knight of Pentacles is not one who will rush. He takes his duties seriously. See, okay, you take your time. You take it seriously. He is methodical in his tasks and proceeds with prudence. Haste does not matter to him, only efficacy. If your reading was geared towards career aspect, the Knight of Pentacles intimates that your goals will be reached if you remain tenacious and focused. In matters of the heart, the Knight of Pentacles signifies a strong, stable relationship built on trust and honesty. If we were to personify the Knight of Pentacles, he would show up as a very hard-working individual, someone who is conservative and cautious by nature, and a bit of a perfectionist. This individual never leaves things half done and won't waste time. If you don't know anyone in your life with those traits or characteristics, this card may actually represent the cautious aspect of yourself. Perhaps you are the one who needs to harness the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, or if you are carrying his traits to excess, perhaps it is time to ease up a little. Okay, so now that you have attained a certain degree of maturity, you are about to begin a new chapter. And this could symbolize somebody coming into your life, somebody who is dependable, who will accompany you in your new chapter, in your new journey. Now, at the same time, this can also symbolize a part of you Maybe what is needed right now in this new chapter is a little bit more patience, a little bit more diligence in accomplishing it. Now, he has a key. I think the key is the inspiration and the knowledge that you have received from the universe at the closing of this chapter. And this key you are going to bring to the Queen of Pentacles. And luckily, we have here the Queen of Pentacles. So it seems that the story continues to unfold. And here, the Queen of Pentacles receives the key. Now, she seems to be unearthing something from the soil. We'll try to read from the handbook with regards to the Queen of Pentacles, and maybe we can gain more insights with this one. The Knight of Pentacles has dutifully delivered the magic key to his queen, who has used it to unlock a mystical treasure of tremendous import. So somehow, you will be able to unlock something. As you begin this journey, you hold the inspiration that will allow you to unlock further treasures in your life, will allow you to grow even more and learn more new lessons and learn new more lessons in life. So this can be a new inspiration, or it can be further lessons in the school of life. Now, it says here, uh, no one except the nurturing Queen of Pentacles would have known where to find it. She carefully removes the earth and unlocks the wooden box. Then, with care and reverence, she takes out the heart of Pentacles rooted within the earth and forged through patience and perseverance of time. As its name clearly implies, the pentacle is a coin with an image of five pointed stars or pentagram, which is an ancient symbol of life. The lower 4 points represents the element of earth, water, air, and fire. The topmost point symbolizes the intellect or reason. When the star is right side up, as it is pictured here, it indicates that reason has domination over the physical, emotional, mental, and inspirational urges. It is indicative of life perfectly lived. This is why it is a mystical secret so great that only the queen could unlock, and which only the king, with the support of his court, can properly wield. In order to live most fully, we must master our lower urges and direct them all lovingly and carefully under the guidance of the Spirit. When the Queen of Pentacles appears in your reading, it can represent a person in your life who is nurturing and down to earth. This person often, but not always, a woman, will have a big heart and is very welcoming, always greeting others with a warm smile. She is the archetypal mother who can make anyone feel at home. If she appears in your reading, ask yourself if you are presently embodying her qualities, or perhaps you need a bit more of her nature in your life. Are you bringing in comfort and warmth? Are you caring for and looking after those in your life fully? She brings a soft, almost forgotten energy that we all the more crave for its rareness. Mind you, however, that while she may be caring and kind, she is far from a fool. She is a queen and has all the manner and dignity befitting her office. She is also a resourceful and grounded person, independent and confident in her nature, and she can confer those qualities to you. Okay, so when we look at it right now, you have attained a certain degree of maturity. You are setting forth in a new adventure, and the maturity is the key that will allow you to open further treasures in your life. And I feel that this is a progression of your maturity also. It will allow you to be more nurturing, more creative, more loving, just like the Queen of Pentacles. At the same time, you are unearthing newer treasures as you go through your journey, as this new chapter unfolds in your life. You will discover more treasures that you will be able to use not only for yourself but for the people around you, and you will have that generous energy in order to share it with the world. Now, finally, we end the reading with the Wheel of Fortune. And when you look at it, it's quite interesting because you see here a very intuitive person looking at a very intricate wheel of life or wheel of fortune. Now we'll try to be clarified with the handbook that accompanies this one, and maybe we can gain more insights regarding this unfolding story of your proximate future. So we look at the wheel of fortune. The wheel of fortune, the weaver, okay, this is a weaver, and maybe this is the weaving machine, holds the wheel of time, an endless spiral that can influence the events of life itself. So, yeah, the wheel of life. She bears no ill will, nor does she control where or when it stops. She is simply the guardian and will. She has existed here since the beginning of time itself, and her name is Infinity. So, this lady that is looking at your life is the divine, the infinite. She neither rests nor sleeps. Yes, the divine watches over us even when we are awake, whether we are awake or we're asleep. She is a constant witness to the world, viewing its highs and lows with impassivity and temperance. Fate can be a very fickle friend, one moment whisking you to the heights of bliss and fulfillment, the next dropping you to the depths of loss and despair. The spiral of time has its own motivations, its all-seeing eye, even open and awake. When the wheel of fortune appears in your spread, know that times are changing. If your life has been stagnant, now the big changes are afoot. After this maturity, after this discovery of the gifts that the universe has given you, and you discover further treasures, your life will become more and more exciting. More things are going to unfold. This is not a subtle card. The wheel will turn things upside down, and its impact could potentially have lifelong repercussions. So, expect that as you go through this new adventure of this new chapter, there will be challenges along the way. And there might be also some things that you might need to address in your past. But it will lead to a flowering. You see, there's a flowering, the flower that grows from it. Uh, it often alters the course of your life to a greater extent than anticipated, nor can these changes be helped or avoided. When it comes to karmic influences, there is very little we can do to control the events that befall us. So we need to just go with the flow and allow the spirit to lead us to all these adventures that awaits us. However, we always retain control over our reactions to the perceptions of these life changes. Now, we can control how we can react to the challenges we encounter. We can either be discouraged or we can either be on fire. Often, our greatest strength is in our adaptability to the changes that inevitably occurs in life. Seek to establish a healthy perspective of the changes that befall you, and much of the battle is won. So, we will not be reading many cards right now. We have changed our approach. We tried to read from the handbook because I feel that the handbook gives us descriptions that might help you in your present journey right now. So, from the four cards that we have here, the main energy shows us that you have undergone a certain degree of maturity. And this maturity closes that chapter of learning things in life. And a new chapter of learning newer things is there. This lesson that you have learned in this chapter, the previous chapter that have just closed, has allowed you to heal and allowed you to be aware of that infinite eye that is looking upon you and guarding you, and you are bringing it just like the Knight of Pentacles, and you are diligently working on this new gift that you have received. As you diligently work on it, you develop your maternal capacity, your self nurturing capacity, and at the same time, also that ability to love unconditionally. And you open further treasures, further knowledge in the book of life or in the school of life. And these treasures that you unearth will allow you to have more exciting events in your near future. So right now, I feel that this reading shows you that more exciting things are awaiting you in the near future. And for some of you, it is very much related to your spiritual journey. It can be also that there will be some people who will be coming to your life. The Knight of Pentacles can symbolize a very mature person who is patient and very systematic, who might help you in this new journey, this new chapter that is opening in your life right now. And it can be also that the Queen of Pentacles can symbolize a new person in your life or somebody right now in your life who has that nurturing nature in them. Somebody who is loving, somebody who is very motherly, and is accompanying you in your journey. The Wheel of Fortune somehow promises that the proximate future will be something very exciting. You will encounter challenges along the way, but it will lead to better days. Okay, now we will try to end with some oracle cards. Okay. For the oracle cards, spiritual practice. Okay, something related to your spiritual growth. Making time for your spiritual practice will assist you with clearing your mind and restoring your inner peace. So, as you now unfold this new journey of enlightenment, you need to make spiritual practices as part of your life. You need to create certain rituals, personal rituals, like personal times that you can that will help you further evolve in your spiritual journey. So, maybe finding time at the end of the day and also another time when you wake up early in the morning. This can be already a beginning of a personal ritual that will allow you to evolve even more. Now, purging process. Okay, the purging process is, yeah, part of it will be healing. I think this will be part of that exciting part in your Wheel of Fortune. So it says here, you may be currently experiencing emotional discomfort that is disrupting your inner peace. Well, if you are starting to feel some emotional discomfort, I feel it is just part and parcel of the growth that is unfolding, because I feel that in the near future there will be more exciting events that will be happening, and part of it will be healing process. So the purging process is letting go of things that no longer serve you at this present time. Perfectionists, keep your standards high and honorable, but let go of the need to be perfect. I think this is being learning to be practical and grounded in reality. That you strive for perfection, you strive for excellence, but don't be too encumbered or burdened by shoulds and shouldn'ts. Like uh, as long as you give it your best, even if it is not perfect, it's still the best that you can give. When you are in a challenging situation, just give it your best. Whether the result is perfect or not, the important thing is that you gave it your best. And so, I think that is the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody who is grounded in reality. Somebody who nurtures herself, and somebody who is not too hard with herself. She accepts herself, both her good and her bad side. So, being grounded in reality. Now, we try to end with one more card. Align with your wholeness. You have just attained a certain degree of wholeness right now. You are not your illness, symptoms, or habits. You, the person, are always whole and perfect. Yeah, the universe, the divine created you as somebody who is perfect and has the potential to attain more perfection in the future. I mean, whole, okay, wholeness, okay. We were just talking about perfectionism. Perfectionism is that tendency to very be to be too particular with the details. Yes, it's important to be particular in the detail, but not too hard to the point that if you are not able to make a perfect thing, it brings you anxieties already. Just give it your best, aim for excellence, and that's the important thing. Align with your wholeness. Make good use of this gift of wholeness that you have just received for the universe. That is the key that will lead you to further maturity, the maturity of the Queen of Pentacles. And if you continue to grow, there will be more exciting journey, a more exciting journey ahead of you. So this is what we have for you for tonight, Virgo. As you can see, it's a little bit different from the others. We sort of like did it by flying by the seat of our pants. We are a little bit more spontaneous now, and yeah, you try to look at it a little bit more in detail. I hope that this approach has been beneficial for you. It has given you more insights, and it has given some answers to some questions that you might have in your present life situation. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again next time. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.